r/AskReddit. What is the dumbest ducking thing you have ever heard someone say? My friend's ex refused to eat hummus and wanted it banned from the house because he didn't want to support the terrorists. His thought process? Terrorists are from the Middle East. Hummus is from the Middle East. Hummus equals terrorists. Terrorists are evil. Therefore hummus is evil. Edit, for those asking. No. He did not mean hummus. He was genuinely upset over pureed chickpeas mixed with olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, salt, and spices. I'm not sure if he thought it morally or financially benefited them. Like every time someone dipped a pita chip in hummus, money bags dropped in some terrorist laps and they all high-fived each other. Also, an edit for the angry programmer. Edit 2, I can't believe I forgot the all-important tahini. Hummus is evil. It tastes too good to not be evil. Does it taste like the Prophet Muhammad? I asked someone what country is shaped like a boot as a test. Florida. No child left behind so often means everyone slow down for this retard. We need to start leaving children behind. It's alright to be a ditch digger. It's not alright to force everyone to be a ditch digger. Yeah, for real. There are people in 11th grade who can't do algebra. Without a word of a lie, somebody said this to me in person, not over the internet. The reason we can't go to the South Pole is because they guard it, because it is the edge of the world. They equal some nebulous amalgamation of governments, I would assume. Upon further clarification with him, the world is flat and the Antarctic ice shelf is the wall that keeps the oceans in. Now, I was rather surprised to hear this, since I have been to Antarctica. Did you see penguins? Asking the important questions. Nobody should be allowed to burn the American flag. If they do, there must be consequences, perhaps loss of citizenship or year in jail. I guess the other players didn't see that this was a tweet from Trump this morning. I'm so sad for my country right now. Which is pretty scary, right? I mean, the guy's taking an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, but doesn't seem to really grasp what the First Amendment means. The government doesn't get to put you in jail just because it thinks your speech is distasteful. Trump, however, seems to think it can and should. If I was blind, I would be an inventor. I would just sit around and invent things. I would start with bionic eyeballs. But then he would lose his job inventing. Honey, if it's winter here, it's winter all over the world. When asked if Australians had sad summertime Christmases, this is the best, because they are so sure they understand the world. Then you can pull the rug out from underneath them, and they slowly realize they might be stupid. Bonus points if there are other people standing there. I have never seen a stupid person realize they are stupid. They always become obstinate and stupid. Someone in my high school science class asked the teacher after class, all whisper like, "Are mountains plants?" The teacher's face, trying not to laugh, was priceless. I'm going to say it's not the most ridiculous concept. Maybe when they were younger they heard that mountains grow over time. You know what else grows over time? Resentment. Carrot, also plants. All it takes is pressure and time. Pregnant women don't poop, right? Because the babies eat it? That was asked by my 18-year-old female best friend at the time. Women don't poop. Once a week they cough up a bouillon cube. Ugh. I've been putting those in my soup. I knew a kid who was surprised that George Washington was dead. He also thought that Egypt was a continent by the US. This kid has full tuition scholarships to very prestigious schools for basketball. I was disappointed when I learned Jesus never lived in America. But I was about 10 then. You can always become Mormon. It's a tie between my friend, who said 100 deer have to get hit by a car before they put up a deer crossing sign, and from a student's essay about To Kill a Mockingbird. The essay was titled How to Kill a Mockingbird because she actually thought that was the title of the book. Some people think racism don't exist anymore, but it does, because white people just sneaker, not sneakier, sneaker. I had a black and white cat named Sneakers. She wasn't racist though. Did you know, if you feed a dog raw meat, it will turn viscous? Wow, like the dog will be liquefied? A female friend of my daughter's was worried that she might be pregnant because she had unprotected sex with another girl. She was around 15 or 16 years old. Was the other girl your daughter? Asking the real questions. Not me, but my best friend who works for a credit card company. She got a call from this woman itching about how her credit card keeps getting declined. My friend informs this woman that it's because she's maximumed out her card and needs to start making payments on the balance if she wants to continue using it. After a long pause, the woman says, "Doesn't it refill every month?" My friend then had to go on to explain how credit cards work to a 33-year-old woman. This is why people need to watch a video on how credit works before they are allowed to get one and take a test on it. In a college chemistry class, is cotton an element? Water, earth, fire, air, cotton. Long ago, the 5 elements lived in harmony, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. They really ducked up the cotton coalition, which the water tribes were sort of okay with at first. Over-absorbentants. Edit, putting the avatar cycle in the right order. Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the east. The powers of air and invention. Hear me. Us. Hear us. Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the south. The powers of fire and feeling. Hear us. Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the west. Powers of water and intuition. Hear us. Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the north. By the powers of earth and cotton. If you wank, Satan wanks to you. Edit, it's a grave mistake reading the replies. That seems more like an encouragement to me. Poor Satan has time for literally nothing else at this point. High school science class. Teacher doing some demonstration with eggs, makes a joke about chickens. Girl in class, wait, I don't get it. What do chickens have to do with eggs? Me, seriously? That's where eggs come from. Chickens lay them. Where did you think eggs came from? Girl, now visibly upset, though people made them. You mean I'm eating baby chickens? Me, well actually. Girl starts crying. I give up. Had a college science teacher who had about 8 billion chicken stories. He worked for a university extension office and would get stupid questions all the time. His favorite was a lady who called because she couldn't figure out why all her baby chicks were dying. He asked her what she was feeding them and she said, "Wait, don't they nurse?" Shut up. That makes me mad. I had a coworker that was the dumbest human being I've ever met. That includes people at a natural disadvantage. 400 pounds of pure stupid. Jimmy was 46 years old and was just stone dumb. Reasons he called out from work. Had a dream he was helping his son move. Hurt his back in the dream. Was diabetic. Ate too many cookies on payday. Woke up and couldn't see. Got drunk. Woke up in a prostitute's apartment. Didn't have a car. One time, I was speaking to an elderly customer about an issue with his car. Describing what was wrong and symptoms they may have noticed. I was mid-sentence when Jimmy bumbles over. Looks at the book the customer had in his hand, Biography of Abraham Lincoln. And just straight interrupts me to ask. Direct quote, "Is it true what they say about Thomas Jefferson? Ick now. That he takes laves and / fart noise while pelvic thrusting / Edit, damn it. You made me remember more. This guy went out of his way to tell us that if you ever run out of toilet paper to just use your hand. When we reacted in disgust. His response was, well, you can wash your hands after. He has 12 kids that he knows of from at least 10 women. He openly talked about how he had sex with a man. Sounded like a trap situation, and when we asked if he stopped he said that he didn't because it felt good. I don't have a problem with that happening. Whatever floats your boat. But it was the fact that he found out part way through and decided this was something to randomly bring up to coworkers. Reasons he called out from work. Had a dream he was helping his son move. Hurt his back in the dream. I once skipped out on class because I was dreaming that I was baking a cake. And I had just put it in the oven when my alarm went off. I couldn't just leave a cake in the oven all day, that's how you start fires. I had a dream last night that my garage was infested with skull bugs and somebody let Donald Trump hold a rally in my backyard and they were drinking all my beverages and using a bucket as a lavatory that they kept emptying on my car. I think I better call in. Conversation I had in the break room at work. Coworker, my doctor says I need to eat more iron. Isn't that like a metal? Why would I eat metal? I don't think he knows what he's talking about. Middle-aged woman. Has 2 kids. Iron helps us play. Hello Joe. Don't smell Sharpies because you're doing drugs. You're huffing cocaine that's in the Sharpie. Edit. Same person just told someone to quit playing Snapchat on your phone. The Chinese are different from us. It's something in the lobes of their brain. I'm telling you. It's the lobes. Kramer. Quark. It's a proven fact aliens don't exist. Because wouldn't Jesus have to die for their sins too? Maybe he did. There is a theory that if there is alien life, then God would have made that life as well. And there's a good chance that he would have done the same thing on that planet as he did on Earth. Now this isn't a popular theory. In fact I'd call it more of a speculation. But still. Not a dumb thing that person said. Just a very acute observation. Also please don't start a religion war. I'm just adding thought to our interesting idea. Heard a girl in the nail salon say ham is salty because pigs sweat a lot. This sounds like something you can overhear on GTA. Edit. Gold? For me? Thank you kind stranger. I smoke cause it gives me knowledge. Walking down the hall of my old high school there were 2 girls talking. I hope my birthday doesn't end up on Friday the 13th this year. Oh when is your birthday? August 15th. It got really close last year. But at least Halloween will be on Friday the 13th this year. Right? Is Alaska an island? How many 1-a-day vitamins do you take? While on airplane for school trip, why can't we open the windows? Like, what if I get hot? All from the same girl. In her defense, adults are supposed to take 2 1-a-day gummy vitamins. If it was anyone else I wouldn't think it was that stupid. But this girl, she definitely just didn't know. If we evolved from monkeys then why do so many people look like birds? They evolved from D. Reynolds. My wife and I went to nursing school together and I was one of 3 males in the class. All of the women, average age about 26, were talking and laughing about all of the things guys have said to try to get out of wearing a condom. Someone mentions the old you can't get pregnant in a pool and this 19-year-old girl turns beet red and blurts out wait. You can get pregnant in a pool. What about the chlorine? I didn't know if the laughter was going to kill me before my wife was able to beat me to death for laughing at her. But I couldn't stop. My so just finished nursing school, and after hearing all of her stories about the other students I feel pretty good about my so's job prospects. I mean for example she was the only one in the class who thought flu shots and vaccines weren't just a hoax. Is Jew a country? I don't know. Are Jew a country? Does Jew is country? The truth come out. Burning fossil fuels isn't actually bad for the environment because they come from the environment and it's part of the cycle. I had to sit and nod while my boss explained why climate change isn't real. My sister defended her anti-climate change stance on the fact that the local weatherman says it isn't true. The local weatherman says that the fact that 97% of scientists think is true is just a talking point. Duck that weatherman. I say this as someone who wants to become a meteorologist. My 12th grade art teacher asked the Japanese exchange student if he was going to work at the Toyota factory when he went home. I'm so glad he didn't know much English. Toyota factory when he went home. He live in Texas? Ducking like and subscribe.